Hi everyone, I'm Helen Birch, a professional clinical hypnotherapist, and today I'm asking you, do you have burnout? Vital signs that you are missing. Did you know that 51% of workers in the UK suffer burnout? Furthermore, those in helping professions such as teaching and education are more likely to suffer burnout, with 43% of teachers believing they are suffering burnout. It also doesn't seem to matter what age you teach if you teach in further education or are a senior leader. However, so many people don't feel like they are experiencing burnout as they are highly functioning at work and busier than ever. You think you have an endless amount of energy and you believe that you are happy while working relentlessly. But a key component of burnout is that you are actually working more, not less. So, are you burning out without realising it? What is burnout? Burnout is the culmination of long-term work-related stress that leads to mental, physical and emotional exhaustion. Usually burnout occurs as the result of prolonged and unmanageable stress and excessive demands. It creates overload and a strain on your physical and mental health, preventing your ability to recover and bounce back. The immense stress that has been placed upon you causes your body to send out warning signals and break down. Types of burnout. Neglect burnout. When you perceive yourself as useless and incompetent at your job. You don't think that you are cut out for the job as you can't keep up to the demands. You can feel demotivated and passive towards your job. Overload burnout. This is when you won't allow anything to get in the way of your success. Your personal life and health don't seem as important as your career. Underwhelm burnout is when you feel bored, unmotivated and underappreciated. You distance yourself from work and avoid any responsibility and often feel very neutral or impassive towards your career. So any of these types of burnouts can cause overload in the body and your mind is unable to see a way out of your current situation and finds that your situation is exhausting you. The burnout trap. Burning out can feel like you're on a hamster wheel where you believe you need to work harder to finish your workload as then you can have a break once it's done. Alternatively, you might avoid doing anything towards your work as you just don't know where to begin. However, both these traps actually end up giving you more stress. It makes the problem worse. This is because your mind is so overworked, preoccupied and exhausted that you can't really do anything properly. This is when errors and oversights begin to happen and you end up having to do the work twice. Have you noticed yourself being excessively busy and constantly on the go? Just because you are working doesn't mean that you are being productive. So, how to tell when you are burning out? Stress and burnout are closely related and it's often hard to tell them apart, but here are some signs and things to notice that may indicate you are suffering from burnout rather than stress. So, burnout is when you dread doing anything because your body and mind are exhausted. With burnout, your immune system is weakened and your body can no longer cope. You have frequent colds, infections, stomach issues and autoimmune issues such as eczema, psoriasis and even asthma. With burnout, you can't focus on anything at work or at home, and even the smallest thing seems to take forever to complete. Burning can lead to addictions that when you feel it is impossible to switch off without the aid of drugs, alcohol, or even social media. Insomnia and sleep issues can happen throughout the night with burnout, and it can also lead to restlessness while you are laying in bed. Burnout may mean that you avoid social situations, cancel plans, ignore messages, and even get annoyed if people try to make plans with you. However, this avoiding social situations can lead to loneliness and isolation. Burning out leads to a festering of negative self-talk. You feel inadequate and an imposter, undeserving of your position in your job, and put yourself on a path to self-destruction. How to recover from burnout. Luckily, burnout can also disappear. It just takes the right intervention and support. However, there are a few things that you can do to help yourself. Prioritise sleep and rest with a wind down, with no work an hour before you go to bed. Put your work stuff out of your sight, either in another room or at least under the sofa where you can't see it. Remember, the more hours you work doesn't make you better at your job. It actually makes you more prone to mistakes. Use an app on your phone so that you don't receive any notifications during your rest periods. Make sure that you have some rest time at the weekends and during your holidays, and block it out in advance so you are more likely to stick to it. Minimise unnecessary meetings, stick to an agenda and timings to avoid them overrunning. Block out at least 3 minutes in your day to ground yourself and check in. Do it on the commute, while the kettle is boiling, and even while brushing your teeth. This seems like a small step, but it's the best way to begin, and it ensures that it is sustainable. Why are teachers more vulnerable to burnout? So, there is a high level of burden placed on schools, senior leaders and teachers, not only to teach the pupils the knowledge and skills they need for life, but also the big role schools play in modern society without the money, the funding or the support. A coin was turned in the 1970s, recognising that professions which entailed high morals, dedication and commitment from workers that sacrificed themselves for the good of others were more at risk of burnout. It's no wonder that as accountability pressures, the workload, the long hours, behavioural and mental health management all increase with teachers, while pay remains low in comparison to other graduate roles, might indicate why burnout is so high among the teaching profession. There are ways to stop burnout before it takes over you. As a hypnotherapist, specialising in supporting teachers and educators, I help clients who are at risk of burning out. Burnout doesn't mean the end of your career, and particularly your career in teaching. If you need support during a burnout or need strategies to prevent burning out, then I can help. Let's talk about your situation in a free consultation, and I'll create a bespoke plan to prevent and recover your burnout. Book your free consultation today by emailing me. I'll add the link in the comment box below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Helen Birch, Clinical Hypnotherapist. Bye.